हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाय नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धा स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। Hari Om, Hari Om. So Bhagwan described the Daivi Sampatti in the beginning, and now he is describing the Asuri Sampatti in detail, because only when we recognize this within our Antakarana, we shall be able to strengthen and nourish the Daivi Sampatti and reject the Asuri Sampatti. So the Asuras, they have a faulty philosophy of life. See, this basic ignorance is there in all the jivas. We don't know ourselves. And this avidya, that is not knowing ourselves as Brahma, is anadi. So from anadi kala, we are in this samsara, taking various birth, life forms, in various life forms. So this avidya is common to all. But the expression of avidya is different for different beings. So this avidya gives rise to kama, desire. When I don't know myself that I am Satchidananda Brahma, then I desire that self. I desire to be eternal. I desire to be happy. I desire to be conscious. But since I don't know myself and I only see this world, so I try to fulfill those desires through the world. So that basic desire is desire to be happy. But since I don't know that supreme happiness, I take these pleasures as happiness and strive to gain more and more pleasure. Because eternal pleasure we cannot gain. So instead of that, I try to gain continuous pleasure through my senses, through my body. I try to gain those pleasures through this, in this world. So that is called kama. And the more and more our senses are involved, the more intense pleasure we experience. The more deep we have the desire, the more intense the pleasure we experience. So the pleasure of eating, the pleasure of other bhoga is experience. So a person keeps indulging in these pleasures and gets more and more caught up in this. And this kamna automatically leads a person into krodha, into lobha, into moha, mada, matsara. So when a person has got abundance of these negative qualities, he is called asura only. But as by Bhagwan's grace, through satsang, through our sadhana, we overcome these asuri tendencies, we move more and more closer towards the Daivi Sampatti. Just as when the sun shines on this earth, some places are very dark and some places are bright. Half the world is in darkness and half the world is bright. Similarly, in the presence of that Supreme Reality, this whole world is there, expression of that Supreme. Some expressions are dark and some are bright. So in a human world also, there are some dark expression as Asuri and bright as the Daivi Sampatti. So Bhagavan describes in detail that these Asuri people, they don't believe, they don't have faith in dharma, and they don't have faith in Ishvara. They don't accept Ishvara and they don't accept dharma. They are totally Nastic. And their whole energy they spend in fulfilling their kamana to gain maximum pleasure. But this kamana is such that it is dushpuram. Bhagavan says kamam ashritya dushpuram. It never gets fulfilled. So one is always engaged in fulfilling those kamanas. And also the other qualities, negativities come up like dambha, mana, mada. So holding on to their wrong philosophy, they live in this world. And also they have so many chinta then, anxieties, worries, which never leave them till their death. Filled with lots of expectations and hope, they strive to fulfill their kamana. So kama becomes the main goal of their life. And that is the difference. The Daivi, the people, they have Rama as their supreme goal. And the Asuri, they have Kama as the supreme goal. So when there is Kama, in order to fulfill that Kama, automatically, one needs some resources. So one needs earth, one needs wealth and other resources. So that desire to obtain those wealth also is accompanied with kama. The more the kamna, the more the desire to acquire wealth. They goes hand in hand. Because in order to fulfill the kamna, I need wealth. I need all these resources. So I strive to gain them. So that is what now Bhagavan tells us the effect of this insatiable kamna which is there in the heart of Asuri. How do they behave? Bhagavan presents it very dramatically in the following verses. Let us chant verse number 13. Idam adyamaya labdham, idam prapse manoratham, idam asti idam api me, bhavishyati punardhanam. Bhagavan says, they think, they constantly, their mind is in kamana and their mind is in acquiring wealth, acquiring resources through whatever means, because the kama is main important and the means are not important for them. So by whatever means they strive to acquire more and more wealth. And their thinking, Bhagavan is expressing here, that they think that idam adyamaya labdham, that I have acquired this, I have put forth my effort and I have acquired this wealth. Now, idam adya maya labdham. But that doesn't give them satisfaction. Whatever wealth is acquired, it doesn't satisfy them because of that intensity of kamna, that automatically they have this intense desire for more and more wealth. So to acquire more wealth is called greed, is lobha. So that lobha occupies their antakarana, and they keep imagining and thinking that idam prapse manoratham, that I will fulfill this my ambition, I will fulfill my dream. I want a big house, I want a huge bungalow in that locality, that is my dream. day and night I think about it, I will definitely fulfill. Little bit of work is required and I will be able to acquire it. So they keep dreaming, keep creating all sorts of imagination in their antakarana about things which they want to acquire, the properties they want to acquire, the places they want to visit, the position they want to gain in this world, the power and status they want, so that they can get all the resources and they can gain maximum pleasure. Pleasure at the level of their senses, pleasure at the level of their mind also, and pleasure at the level of their intellect also. So all their faculties, they are focused only on seeking pleasures. So idam asti, I have this much property. They will keep on thinking and calculating. I have this much wealth I have put in this bank, and some of them are there in my Swiss account, and some of them are hidden in my bathroom, and then some are there in various places I have invested, created false companies and all, and have invested in them. So this much wealth I have, but I want more and I will get more. So idam asti, idam api me bhavishyati punardhanam, more wealth will come to me. So they keep thinking, and as they think, they keep, see, this wealth is so funny. One is that it is there out in nature, but generally the wealth is there in somebody else's possession. The human wealth is in with somebody else. People have them, other people have them. So they keep thinking about how to get their wealth, how to get the money which the other person has got, through hook or by crook, through various methods, through various scams and all sorts of deceits. Nowadays this internet is so very common. So new type of asuri vrittis have come up, wherein one through this cyber field, they try to acquire other people's wealth. So idam asti, idam api me bhavishyati punardhanam, and they are of that belief also that if one has got wealth, anything is possible. One can buy anything. One can buy not only objects, but one can buy people. One can buy whatever you want. If you have the wealth, you have power. If you have wealth, you have position. If you have wealth, you have respect of this world. And that we see also many places, people, if some poor person is telling something, nobody will listen. But if a wealthy person says something, everyone pays attention, quotes that person, talks about him or her. Poor person may tell something very important, very nice, very good, but nobody bothers. Because one is not interested in what the person is saying. One wants to listen to what the money is saying. Money speaks. Money is power. Money is respect. Money is everything. For them, money is God. Because just like God gives everything to us, for them, money gives them everything, whatever they want. If wealth is there, they can... When money is there, they think they can influence laws, they can buy politicians, they can do whatever they want. So this type of craze is there for wealth, which is connected to kamna only. The more the kamna, the more the desire for wealth. So this kama and lobha, they go together. Kam and lobha go together because they are hand in hand. See, we have these four purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha is the param purushartha. But very few people understand moksha. Moksha is to attain the very happiness of our own self, the eternal happiness of our self. To attain that eternal happiness of our self is called moksha. But since that ignorance is there, they don't recognize, many people don't recognize moksha. So the second best option is kama, is seeking pleasure. And to seek that pleasure, they want to acquire more and more wealth. So kama and lobha goes together. But not only kama and lobha, but also krodha goes along with them. So this kama, lobha and krodha. Because when the kamna doesn't get fulfilled, because we want continuous pleasure. So whenever there is a break, we get annoyed, we get irritated, we get upset. So there is obstacle in kamna, fulfillment of kamna, there is krodha. There is obstacle in fulfillment of our lobha, there is krodha. So krodha is also anger, also is associated with kama and lobha. And that is what Bhagavan now tells in the next verse. He says, see, this is very important and very interesting psychology, human psychology. If we can understand this, we can understand our behavior. We can also understand the behavior of all the people around us. And if we understand it properly, we can save ourselves and move towards our supreme goal. So Bhagavan says in the 14th verse, Asau maya hata shatruhu hanishye chaparanapi Ishvaroham aham bhogi siddhoham balavan sukhi. Bhagavan says, they think in this way because when they pursue kamna and pursue wealth, and when we pursue this wealth, we always come in the way of somebody else's wealth. We try to grab somebody else's wealth. And when a person indulges in more and more kama, that also comes in the way of other people's happy living. Always a person exploits others to gain more pleasures and exploit others to gain more wealth. So when such attitude and activities are there, of course, there will be people who will object, they will create obstacles, they will come in the way. And when they come, this person start getting frustrated, start getting angry, start getting irritated. And because that wealth is also there, he expresses his irritation in the form of violence towards others. This is all mathematics of emotions. All our action, all the activities which are there in this world, which human beings are doing, it's all mathematics of emotions only. See, just like chemicals, if you add two chemicals, you know what type of reaction will be there. Because they react in the same way. If hydrogen and oxygen in a particular combination comes, it becomes water. If you add some acid to some other powder and all, it reacts in a particular way. So all these chemicals, they have their own properties, and one knows, the chemist knows that what chemicals added to what will give what type of result. Similarly, our emotions are like chemicals only. And in this Asuri person, there are these basic emotions: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsar. 6. Kama, intense desire for pleasure. Krodha, anger. Lobha, greed. Moha, ignorance. Mada, pride. Matsar, jealousy. And all his reaction, all his actions in the world is combination of this tendencies, these chemicals. So when one angry person meets another angry person, there is a flare-up of anger. When one angry person meets a jealous person, there is some other reaction. When an angry person meets a gentle person, something else happens. So all these reactions and things which are happening, one can understand by understanding this play of these emotions which are there within. A compassionate person, a friendly person, a gentle person behave differently. A Daivi Sampatti person will have that forgiveness in his heart towards everyone. But a Asuri person doesn't understand forgiveness. It doesn't register. It doesn't make any sense. So when a person forgives, this Asuri person thinks that he has got frightened. He is a coward. When Ramchandraji went to Lanka, he wanted to prevent that war. So he sent Angad to Ravan to tell him that please you return Sita ji properly with proper due respect, and we will not have this war. But Ravan, instead of thinking that Bhagwan is showing compassion, Bhagwan is showing generosity, Ravan thought that Bhagwan is frightened of him. So he told that Angad, I think your master is afraid. He got scared. He has come all the way to Lanka and now he is scared. He doesn't want to fight. So there is no proper communication between Asuri and Daivi Sampatti people. They don't understand each other also. Asuri has got this thing that anger can conquer everything. And a Daivi person thinks that friendship, generosity, gentleness, softness, love can conquer. Asuri doesn't understand this. He thinks he is mad. He is crazy. That's what we see in the case of Ravan and Vibhishan. Vibhishan was the follower of Dharma. He tried to teach Ravan the path of Dharma. But Ravan thought that this fellow is useless. He is scared. He is whatever advice he is giving is not worth it. If you have power, if you have position, you can acquire whatever you want. So the whole psychology you should understand, because when a person is acting, the tendencies are acting. The value system is acting. When a person is saying something, that person is not saying. His anger is saying. His pride is saying. His jealousies are saying. Therefore, if one understands these emotions properly, one can deal with them also accordingly. If a jealousy is speaking to you, then you should interact with that accordingly. If a anger is speaking, if a fear is interacting, accordingly one can deal with that. So here the Asuri person is thinking that Aso maya hatash shatruhu, I have destroyed this enemy of mine. This big enemy, this enemy was there, always troubling me, and I have managed to destroy him. See, here it is, hataha means to kill him or to destroy. or to set him aside. In the modern times, various means these Asuri people use to destroy their enemies, so-called enemies, whom they think as their enemies. Whom they think their enemies? Whoever comes in their way, whoever objects to their desires, whoever objects to their pleasures, whoever objects to their wealth, accumulation of wealth and all, they think they are enemies. And they will destroy them. They don't have any compassion, they don't have any concern for anyone. So by whatever means, using their wealth, using their position, using their muscle powers, they will destroy their enemies and will think that aso maya hatash shatruhu. But there are so many enemies, because as I said, as the more the kamna, the more the lobha, and more we go on the wrong path, so more that person creates enemies. So he says that I have destroyed this enemy, but some more are there, I will destroy them also. Hanishye cha aparanapi, I will eliminate them. Nobody can come in my way. I will eliminate all these enemies. And people go to so much, so many wrong ways in hurting other people. Even sometimes they will kill and they will destroy their own family members also who might be there in their way. They will put him in prison, destroy. We see this in the history of our world, in all countries, in all places. This goes on. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tatas sukhalesha satyam putradapi dhana bhajam bhitihi. In Bhaja Govindam it said, even from our own children, the wealthy person may have some fear that God knows what this fellow will do. So aso maya hatash shatruhu hanishye chaparanapi, I will destroy others also, because I have the power, I have wealth, I have position. So they feel great about themselves. And as I said, this asuras, they have the body identification, means consider their body itself as their own self. So dehatmavadi, this deha itself is myself. So they think that because of their wealth, their position, Ishvaroham, I am Ishvara, not the Supreme Ishvara, but I am the master, I am the boss. I can do whatever I want. I have everything in my control. I have people who can do things for me. I have wealth which I can use to do my things. I have my position which I can use to do my things. So they are there, and they will put their hand in all the fields and try to gain that mastery over everyone in the world. They will have friendship with other business people. Means outwardly they will show express their friendship with people with power, with position, with name, with wealth. So I am Ishvara, I am the master, I am the controller, I am the Lord. I manage everything. I control everything. मेरे नाम से हो जाता है ऐसा. If you go for some work with them and all, they will just tell you that just go and tell my name. बोल दो मैंने भेजा है, कर लेगी काम आपका. मेरा नाम बता दो, ये विजिटिंग कार्ड दे दो, and your work will be done. So that type of abhiman is there. Pride, vanity, Ishvaroham. And because of their seeking pleasures and constantly indulging in different types of comfort and luxury and pleasures, eating whatever they like and having grand houses and vehicles and all, because they have grand houses and wealth and vehicles and all, they think that they are the bhogi. They are the one who are really enjoying life. They are the one who are enjoying all the pleasures of this world. हम ही इस जगत में भोगी है, अहम भोगी. I know how to enjoy. I know how to eat, drink, and enjoy the different pleasures of this world. And they know all that is available in the world, in different countries, in different places. What are things which are very nice? They constantly update themselves and try to find out what is the most pleasurable thing available in the world, which can give them intense pleasures. So Ishvaroham, Aham Bhogi, Siddhoham. Siddhoham is not the siddhi of spiritual siddhi, but success. He thinks I am very successful. I am the most successful person. So they have that glow on their personality of that abhiman of achieving, that I have achieved. I am successful. मेरे अंडर ये सब लोग काम करते हैं, इतने सारे नौकर चाकर मेरे आगे पीछे दौड़ते हैं. All these things belong to me. All this company belong to me. Look at this, my board, my name is there flashing on that building. So like that they are very proud of their achievements, and they think they are the most successful. Wherever I want, I can achieve. If I want to gain power in politics, I can gain it. If I want something in some place, I can achieve it. With the power of my wealth, I can do whatever I want. Siddhoham, Balavam, I am the strongest, most powerful. So they have this is called the Pujya Bhavana, means considering oneself great. This is called Manitvam, what Bhagavan had mentioned before. Ati Manitvam, considering oneself great. And such people, when they come in contact with somebody who they know is greater than them, they feel jealous. So jealousy also comes. And when they are among people who are lesser than them, they think lesser than them, they have pride. So pride, vanity and jealousy also is associated with kama, krodha, lobha. They all go together. So I am balavan, I am strong, sukhi, I am the most happy person. I know how to be happy in this world. And they look down upon people who are good, who are gentle, who are daivi, because they don't understand their philosophy. They don't understand their nature. Asuri person doesn't understand daivi person. So they dislike them, they hate them. They consider them low, they consider them as useless. And they alone have created this statement, I think, Bechara bhala admi hai, Bechara. So they look down upon them, like Garib, like think of them as a useless fellow only. I am the Lord. मेरे पास आ जाना, मैं सिखा दूंगा आपको. all this forgiveness, friendship, gentleness, truthfulness, अरे इससे काम नहीं चलेगा. If you want to become great in this world, I will teach you. That's what Hiranyakashipu, he wanted his son to become great like him, to become the powerful leader of all the asuras. And he sent him to school. And he was very proud that मेरा बेटा जो है मुझसे भी बढ़कर हो जाएगा. And then he asked his son that, what did you learn in school? Son said, I learnt about Bhagavan. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. So father was shocked. He said, क्या हो गया इसको? I had sent him to this business school, special economy to run about all these rules and about wealth and this and that. And what has he learnt? So he thought that this school is not teaching him properly. The teachers are not teaching him properly. So he called the teachers and scolded them. What are you teaching my son? He is talking about God and all. I have sent him to learn about wealth, learn about power, learn about how to control the world, how to become a good leader of the asuras. And what have you taught him? So he scolded the teachers. The teachers were also scared. They said, I don't know, we did not teach him. I don't know from where he has learnt all this. So father was annoyed with his own son. And he wanted to kill his own son. Just can you imagine? Asura, he just disliked the Daivi Sampatti so much that he wanted to kill his own son. And he tried his level best. He threw him from the mountains. He trampled him under the elephants and put snakes, poisonous snake on him and all sorts of things. But nothing could be done. Prahlad remained totally harmless, free from all harm. He was ever protected. He was put in fire also and he was sitting there calmly. So father was shocked. He said, how come? How come you are not afraid of me? He said, one who is devoted to Ishvara, that supreme Ishvara, where is fear for him? Ram Nam Japata Kuto Bhayam. Where is Bhaya who chants Ram Nam? Ram Nam Japata Kuto Bhayam Pashyatat Mama Gatra Sannidho Pavako Api Salilayate Adhuna. That, oh my father, look, even the fire is becoming cold, touching my body. So his father just could not bear it. It was impossible for him to think that there can be somebody greater than him, that there is a God greater than him. He got so furious. He said, what nonsense you are talking, God, God, God. He kicked the pillar and he was shocked to see Bhagavan emerging in the form of in the Narsimha and killed that asura. So this asura, they have a different mentality altogether, different thinking altogether. They don't understand the language of the Deva. And the interesting thing is, the Devatas, they understand the language of the asuras and they transcend their level. But the asuras don't understand the language of the Devatas. The higher understands the language of the lower, but the lower don't understand the higher language of the higher. Asuras don't understand the beauty of Ishvara, beauty of their own innermost self. So he thinks that Ishvaroham, Aham Bhogi, Siddhoham, Balavan, Sukhi. I am the most Balavan and I am the real Sukhi. I know how to enjoy. I know how to be happy in this world. Don't waste your time in all sorts of other things. Learn from me and be happy. Further, Bhagavan describes. Adhyo Vijanvan Asmi Konyosti Sadrusho Maya Yakshe Dasyami Modishe Ityajnana Vimohitaha. Bhagavan describes the asuras further. He thinks that Adhyoham, I am the most wealthy person. My name also comes in the Times magazine or some other magazine that the most wealthy person in the world. Lot of people, their name comes 50 most wealthy person or 10 most wealthy person, great billionaires or multi-billionaires. So this fellow also thinks like that. And even if he is not of that level, he has got that pride in his own locality. He is gali mein, main hi hu, dhanwan. I am there. So he will have nice things put up outside on his own house to present his wealth to the whole world. Any program and all, he will put a nice show of it. Pura bangla aisa chamakta hai. Put lots of lights and colors and dance and drama and music and all sorts of loudspeaker and all. So Adhyoham, I am rich. Abhijanavan asmi, and I am from a wealthy and good this family, powerful family. So he has got abhiman of his family also. So my family is हम उस खानदान के है. हमारा खानदान बहुत बड़ा है. And our people are there all over. We have this whole city belongs to us. We are the masters of this. So they have great pride of their own family background also. So Adhyoham Abhijanavan Asmi, born in a great family. Konyosti Sadrusho Maya, Kaun hai mere saman? Who is there? So this pride, this is vanity, pride, atiman. This also, all these are, as I said, they are all connected. All comes, the basic ignorance is there, avidya. That gives rise to kamana. That kama gives rise to lobha, krodha. Then it gives rise to pride, jealousy, anger, and all those things come. So he says, Kaha anyaha asti sadrusho maya. Mere saman aur kaun hai? Who is there like me? See, in this Mahabharata also, all these characteristics which are shown here, it all, you can see it in Duryodhana, in Dushyasana. All these tendencies were there in them. So much of pride and so much of negativities. That who is there in front of us? बाकी सब बिल्कुल मच्छर के समान है. So, कौन कह अन्यः अस्ति सदृशो मया. And the interesting thing is that, very interesting, this negative people, Asuri people, however much Asuri qualities they have, like anger, like jealousy, like pride and all, but they will not present themselves as a proud person, they will not present themselves as an angry person, but they will always present themselves as a good person. Means somewhere deep within they know the value of goodness. So when they want to present themselves, they will present themselves as a great bhakta, as a great jnani, as a very dharmic person. So he says, yakshe. They will perform various types of yajna and yaga and puja and all to present themselves in a positive light, or sometimes use even such rituals and all to destroy some other person Some negative rituals they will do, some something, black magic and all sorts of things to achieve their goal. So even they utilize dharma, they utilize the rituals to attain their goal of kama and lobha. So yakshe, I worship, I am the one who does all the yajna, yaga, worship. हमारी पूजा है यहाँ पर, हम करते हैं पूजा, हमारी पूजा, हमारा यज्ञ. Even when they will build some temples and all, and they will put their name there. ये हमारा मंदिर है, वो तो भगवान का मंदिर है, नहीं नहीं हमारा है. So they will have their name everywhere. So like that, yakshe dasyami, they will do dana also, but they will do dana with an ulterior motive to get benefit, to get tax benefit, and also give dana only where they think they will get something in return with an ulterior idea. To those people whom they want something in return. Shankaracharya ji writes, Dasyami natadibhyaha. They give dana to the actors, heroines, heroes, film stars, or some this type of other people, not to those who are hungry, those who are poor, those who really need. They don't give dana there. The dana is also with full of calculation. So yakshe dasyami, मैं देता हूँ दान. Somebody comes for a donation and all, they will say, I will give, but my name should be there and you should present it and you should announce it. And special seat should be kept for me and my family and my friends. Then only I can give, otherwise no. So dasyami, modishe, they rejoice also with all this, their activities. They rejoice, they feel that they have achieved lot of happiness through all this. So modishe, I only rejoice, I am happy. Iti ajnana mohitaha. In this way, they are totally deluded with ajnana, with ignorance. They are not aware of their own inner self. They are not aware of the divinity. They are totally overpowered by their attachment to their body and to their senses and to the pleasures and to the objects of this world. Bhagavan says, Ajnana vimohita. अज्ञान से पूरे मोहित हो गए हैं ये. Totally deluded with ignorance. So this is the nature of asuras. See, Bhagavan, though he is describing in detail, then he will conclude giving the main negative qualities, and then Bhagavan will tell how to overcome it. See, whatever descriptions of these negativities are also given, so that we understand them properly and then able to, using proper means, are able to eliminate them. The description is not just for entertainment or just for information, but it is very helpful for our sadhana. See, just as when we are not well, we go to the doctor, the first thing the doctor does is diagnosis. And in that diagnosis, he tries to find what is the fault, what is the problem, what are the things which are not proper. That is presented, that is brought out first. And once that becomes clear, then the solution, the medicine is given to eliminate them. Similarly, these asuri tendencies are the main problem, because the avidya, the ignorance which we have, at the very basic level, it expresses as this asuri tendencies. Once we overcome these asuri tendencies, we become the devatas. And once we become devatas, we will be able to attain that moksha. We will acquire that daivi sampatti and then attain moksha. So therefore it's very important, this topic. More about this we will see in our next class. Tomorrow is Saturday and then Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday we will have a break and we will continue with this topic on Monday. Very interesting and important verses will be coming. So we will continue on Monday. So till then you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy. Do your work, do your sadhana and contemplate on this. Think, socho, contemplate karo. Understand the beautiful mechanism which is there in our antakarana, which makes all this, which expresses as all the activities and interactions we have in this world. Okay? So more about this we will see on Monday. Till then, take care. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Bole Siyavar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru